And last night, the Golden State Warriors lost the game to the Sacramento Kings. That's not the huge story. The huge story is that they were leading by 24 points, and they still lost the game.
Chris, I got to admit, I turned it off.
You thought it was over?
Yeah. I was having dinner. I was watching. I just watched the third quarter. You know what I mean? And I was like, This is over. I did.
Yep. Well, it wasn't over, and they lost once again. And they have fallen to 8-10. It's still early, 8-10. But one of the reporters said to Steve Kerr that they're in free fall. And he said they are not in free fall. They've lost 8 of their last 10 games. And a lot of that was without Draymond Green. Remember, he had the 5-game suspension. But, look, I don't know that I call it free fall either, Rob.
I would.
But I wouldn't. I mean, again, Draymond is an important part of that team. And without him, it's going to be tough for them to win. And it is early. But what I'd say is that this is a weird situation for the Warriors. Like, because of their age, Rob, with Steph, who's 35, and Clay's 33, and Draymond obviously is an older player. They do have some young guys, but for the most part, an old team. Chris Paul. Because of their age and their pedigree, the 4 championships they've won, they are a team that, is championship or bust, right? It's like they're only playing for championships. That's it. But they are not a championship team anymore. They're not. And that is where, like, Steve Kerr still kind of talking like they're going to be very good. I think they'll be better. They'll probably make the play-in or playoffs. But win the championship, I don't see that happening. Steph Curry is the only one. He's averaging like 30 points a game. He's the only one left there that's playing at that level. And Draymond is not as good. Clay is not as good. 33, Rob, 13th year. All the injuries, the surgeries he's had. I'm not saying they're horrible. They're just not as good. And Andrew Wiggins has really hurt him in that he's really not playing well at all. He's averaging 12 points a game, Rob. And remember, that last championship they won, they would not have won without Andrew Wiggins playing great. And so that's hurt them as well. And he's only 28. So, there's talk about him being out of shape. It's just
how are you going to be out of shape at 28 years old, Chris? You're in the prime of your life.
That should not be the case. And so, I just think, look, if they're going to be able to, if they want to try to win the championship, it's going to take major trades. Klay Thompson is in the last year of his deal, Rob, and
he wants a new one, and he's barking. And if I'm the Warriors, you could bark all you want, okay? Because I'm not going to pay you for. He's been paid. I'm not paying you for the future. And he's
in the future for what you did in the past.
Yeah, because he got paid. He got paid, Chris.
He got paid for all that stuff.
Right. And we carried you for 2 years when you were hurt.
Right.
Let's just be honest, okay? Yep. You got 2 years worth of pay, Chris, when you couldn't play. And nobody's blaming you, but don't act like we owe you more now.
Right. And look, it'd be great. I think everybody would want, in theory, Klay to finish his career with the Warriors and, all of that for all he's done for him. But if they want to win championships, Rob, it's often ugly at the end of a great run, right? And they got a championship that shocked people a couple of years ago. People thought they were done then, and they got that ring. But now, I agree. I mean, Draymond, they ended up extending him at a discount, 4 years, $100 million. I don't know that you can trade him. The age, the contract, which Rob, he's signed through 2027. So
and he's still doing the same old stuff.
3 more years after this, and that's the thing. Like the Warriors will handle that stuff better than anybody, and they're having trouble with it, right? So you go somewhere else and you do that, it's not going to be good. And
Even
again,
Steph Curry said
it
was dumb. You know, like the technical Chris, like he even in the press, it's dumb.
Yeah,
you can't keep making these dumb mistakes. And Draymond,
they put up with it because he was good, but
yep.
he's not good enough anymore. It's just as simple as that.
Yeah, that was a bad loss for a lot of reasons. They have their team. Those guys are playing. It ain't like, oh, Steph's not there, Clay's not playing, Draymond's suspended. No, they had their squad. You can't lose that game. I'm sorry, Chris. You cannot lose that game. There's something there that's not right or wrong. And 8 out of 10 is a free fall for this group. I get it. Draymond missed the 5 games with the suspension, but they just haven't played like, and that's what I said yesterday. Like, they're not going to get better. And what I mean, I don't think they're going to lose 8 out of 10. I'm not saying that, but as you get older is what I'm saying. Like, it's not like you could turn the switch on. We saw last year where they were. Chris Paul last night had, 3 points?
I don't know exactly what it was, but it obviously wasn't
wasn't good
performance. Well, so those are the guys they've got. I mean, could they trade a Chris Paul? Maybe. He's got 1 year, Rob, next year at $31 million on his deal. I don't know who's signing up for that. I'm sorry. Clay will be tradable as the season goes on because he's an expiring contract and it's $43 million. But I don't know. They're kind of stuck. It's the Steph Curry show. He's still putting up big numbers and he's still playing well. And they'll have their nights where they make you think, but as far as winning a championship, that's the thing. They're not there. And, that's just the way it is. So I don't know what they can do. I think it's going to be tough for them to make some moves. Wiggins at this point, Rob Wiggins is signed through 2027 too.
Wow.
At about $28 million a year. And so it's going to be tough for them to make the moves to get themselves over the top.
So they are what they are, basically, right? I mean, there's not a lot of maneuvering except for, like you said.
It's going to be hard. Yeah.
Clay, you can move, and I know a lot of people, you get sentimental with players, and I'm with you. It'd be great if you get to play your whole career. I always talk to you about Jeter played all 20 years with the Yankees. I always felt like Tom Brady should have been that guy, too, with the Patriots. It didn't work out that way. There's certain players that you would think, and Steph will be that guy. I can't see him playing in any other uniform.
I agree with that.
Right?
He's the one that
I just don't see him playing anywhere. Could Draymond play 1 or 2 years in Detroit, to end his career? Yeah, he could. If the way they're giving away money, to ask Monty Williams. Chris, I just can't get over how bad they are. Like, really.
They're horrible.
Horrible.
They've
lost 14 straight. The Lakers are in town tonight in Detroit.
Yeah.
But anyway.
In Detroit. But I don't know. Like I said, I think they'll play better at times. I think they'll have a little stretch here and there where people are like, watch out for the Warriors. But I just think, and I think Clay can get better, Rob. He's kind of in a shooting slump. He's shooting 40%. He's shooting 37 from 3. He's not shooting horribly from 3. But I think he can play a little better. But the thing is, like I said, this is a team everybody's thinking of as a champion. Period. The end. And that's what I don't see with them, Rob. So